And what better way to start celebrating Christmas by hog roasting a runt?
With some really affordable guitars.
Yeah, with some desperately affordable guitars. And one of your best friends in the whole wide world. So yes, here we are. We're in December now. It's December the 1st, although you'll be watching this later in December. So we're in the rundown, or run up to Christmas.
The most fabulous time of the year.
The most
fabulous time.
The most fun time.
Fabulous fun time of the year.
Where Marks and Spencer's run adverts of pretty girls running around in ladies' underwear.
Or men's.
Or men's underwear.
I actually kind of like it when my wife wears my clothes. Not
for you. Good for you, my man. Anyway, so look, Friedman. We know Friedman. Dave Friedman is... we're not talking about the guitars so much.
But look.
So Dave has a very long and, what's the right word, sort of prestigious history.
Be careful where you take this. It's very long.
As a go-to guy in America, West Coast of America, to sort of, historically, it was all like, switching solutions, pedalboard solutions, mods, all that kind of stuff. And then several years ago, he started making amps, and his kind of artist roster reads pretty much like a who's who of rock gods.
Yes.
And you have probably seen videos of fabulous amplifiers like the BE100 and the PT20 and the Dirty Shirley and the small box and all that kind of stuff. And they've always been, historically, hand-wired and expensive. Reassuringly, Stella Artois, styly, expensive. The Runts, which are two new amp designs, which came out sort of second half of 2016, are the first printed circuit board amplifiers that Friedman have done, and as a result, the price is much lower than, well, I would say much lower, a fair chunk less than the hand.
Sometimes printed circuit board is a bit of a dirty word / phrase.
Yeah.
But of course, if you know anything about amp building and you've seen the insides and been around people that do that, actually it's kind of nothing to do with anything inferior.
Yeah. I was that guy up until probably 4 or 5 years ago, where I started to take more of an interest in, what actually goes in. I was always like, printed circuit board, bad. Hand wired, good.
It's much more to do with the components and sort of...
It's what it is it's cheap printed circuit board, bad.
Oh, of course, yeah.
That's all it is.
You want thick board.
Yeah, it's good printed board is really just a more cost-effective and perfectly good way of making.
Is anybody else in the viewers here disappointed that Lee isn't wearing a turkey hat?
Well... Okay.
It's like he tried to lay you and it got stuck.
Imagine that. Literally, this poor chicken had been gestating for like 42 years and the eye came out. Anyway, look, so let's get back to the Runts. There's a 20 watt and a 50 watt available both as a head which I've got the 20 watt head, there's a 50 watt head, there's a compact 1x12 which I believe only the 20 watt really kind of sits nicely on, and then there's a 212 which could either be used with the 20 or with the 50. Or
They sound fantastic, man. Pete turned mine on behind me and twiddled some knobs, and within seconds we were both kind of making ooh noises, because they just have that beautiful, beautiful clean tones, lovely warm crunches, kind of an all-rounder. You can put stuff in the front and the back and everything, and they take it and they like it, and it sounds great.
Yeah, it's that loud too. It's that nice, happy blend of all good old stuff. So we've got. Sorry about this. You're gonna have to put up with this for the whole 20 minutes here. So the 20 has 3 preamp tubes, AX7s, and 2 EL84s. The 50 has 4 preamp tubes and 4 EL34s. And more knobs. So actually on the screen now you're going to see a row of knobs which are the 20 watt ones, and then underneath a row of knobs which are the 50 watt ones. So you can kind of see you've got a few more, bit more flexibility.
Ultimate kind of boutique-y, venue, gigging, circuit, bluesy rock guy amp.
No built-in reverb, but we have a proper, I think it's a tube buffered effects loop. So again, we're running reverbs.
That's a good point. Shall I take it off, turn it on and play a bit just really quickly just so they can hear it without the verb? No verb. That's the Creamer, isn't it?
Yes, that was the Creamer
quite
reverb. So the other very kind of innovative feature that's got that we are going to demo for you shortly is XLR DI output with cabinet emulation and also with a silent playing mode as well. So you could use the DI in a live setup where your amp was for monitoring on stage, but the sound man got the DI. Or if you're home recording or just want silent practice at home, you can run it has a dummy load in the back of it, so you can run the DI into an interface where headphones off the interface if you want to, and not have any noise coming out of the speaker.
So which is Silent Bob.
Fairly, I wouldn't say it's unique, but it's unusual in a valve amplifier to have that kind of feature.
Could you just say gobble gobble?
Gobble gobble. Hang on, let me see if I can get gobble gobble. Let me just quickly take you through the basic features on the 20, and then we'll do the 50.
Yeah.
Gobble. So let's whiz through the controls and the sounds on the Friedman.
Gobble.
Okay.
I just want to know what brand these trainers are because they're really doing it for me, bro.
These are.
Come on. Here you go. Goodbye. Here you go. Goodbye. Here you go. Sorry, carry on.
I was trying to think of any version of Adidas, Nike, or Puma that had a chicken in it, but I couldn't think of one. So there we go. Okay. So let's go through the Friedman amp now. So on the 20, we've got presence, master, treble, middle, bass, gain, and clean volume, and the three switches on the top here. So I'm going to start
like the three kings of Orient are.
Absolutely.
One brings gain, clean, and
one brings Franken-distortion. So this is the clean sound with the bright switch kind of off, well, or in the middle. There's and you've got the bright switch has got a three-way position. So here's one of the positions. And here's the other position. I think I like the right one is kind of more Fendery, I think.
Now, what's interesting there is that you're using Fendery as if it's a mark of what people should be aspiring towards. I would say this sounds better than a Fender to me.
Yeah, well, I mean, as in, it's that kind of scooped mid-range, heavy bass and trebly kind of clean tone, which I like.
Bassman-y.
So if we hit the channel button, I meant to say, so the clean volume here has no master volume. So I can't kind of drive the clean channel as such.
Obviously, if you crank it up for a gig, it's gonna get that breakup, isn't it?
Yeah. But obviously in here we're not going to do that.
Nah.
So when I go over to the second channel, then it does have a master volume. So if I start with the gain at say 9 o'clock, you'll hear. Sounds great. If you're wondering why we're not using a Les Paul, I just thought because we've got this, which is essentially a mahogany body 2-humbucker guitar, I just thought it's kind of not much point. Anyway, gain at halfway. And gain at kind of almost all the way up.
Can you do a palm muted chug for me?
It's not super tight high gain.
No, but a gig volume that's going to be absolutely.
Well, actually, there is more. If you just go all. Boost pedal in the front might be a bit over the top.
That sounds great.
Doesn't it? And of course, didn't even need the boost pedal in the front there, did I? Could have just literally put the internal boost on.
Do it, buddy.
So here's gain halfway. No boost, here's boost.
That's brilliant. That sounds really good.
Sounds great. It's a Celestion G65 creamback medium magnet. Sorry, G12 creamback medium.
Really nice sounding speaker.
It's the same speaker in whatever you buy. So the 50 watt, the 112, the 212, they're all medium magnet.
But so this is a closed
creambacks.
back 1x12, isn't it?
Is it closed?
It's...
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it sounds like it is from here. So, and what I'm really noticing is there's so much more low end in this than there is in this.
Is that open back then?
It's open, and in fact, Rabia noticed because we've added more bass to mine because it was picking up a little bit thinner. Obviously, you got humbuckers, I got single coils, but we could just tell. So, if you want a deep, fat sound, this is a great cab, and don't be put off by the fact that it's a 1x12 because it's got 10x12 bass end.
It's like a super duper compact 1x12 as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's made of compacted stars.
Let's move over to Rob. Rob's playing the Strat.
I pulled off my microphone.
That's cool because we can restart.
Okay,
Can you hear me?
Okay, so on the 50 watt, the two extra controls here is that we've actually now got separate EQ for the clean channel. So we've got treble, middle and bass for the gain channel and just treble and bass for the clean channel. So let's start off with a nice clean sound a la Rob. Still no master volume for the clean channel, so again, we can't really sort of welly it, but he's got the three-way brightness switch as well, so Rob had that in the middle position there. Let's have a quick strum with it in another position. You can really hear the headroom difference on this amplifier compared to the 20. Anyway, that was me just switching it across to the other brightness position. So just do that little riff again. Are you ready to get dirty, Mr.
I'm
Chapman?
born ready to get dirty, Mr. Lee.
I thought you were. Right, channel with the gain now at about 9 o'clock, and we'll start winding it up. So. Boost!
It's a box of joy. It's like a box of delights. It's like my childhood movie came back to haunt me.
It sounds great.
It's really nice, yeah. Kind of natural sounding too. It isn't like a false, like some distortions to me sometimes sound kind of like fabricated and false. This sounds like full-on fat valves screaming their asses off.
It's a great sounding
in the spirit of
and
Christmas.
I like it, to be honest with you, I've never... You don't normally... I know it's like the holy grail, isn't it, of like, can we have an amplifier that sounds really quite nice, clean, and really quite nice, gainy as well? This is definitely one of those.
I noticed you've de-turkeyed, Lee.
Yeah, I de-turkeyed, but I shall turkey back up for the final jam. But what I want you to do now is using this guitar. We are going to show you guys what the DI... Oh, no, sorry, leave that plugged in.
Okay.
We'll show you what the DI sounds like. Now, the DI sort of circuit, the cabinet emulation circuit, is the same on both amplifiers. We're going to use the 20, and we've got a little speaker, a little PA speaker in the room, active PA speaker. So we're going to switch this speaker off and just hear it through this one, and you're going to hear just the DI, essentially what we're hearing. So 2 seconds just to switch this over. Right, so we're in DI mode. So all I've done is just unplug this speaker, which worries me slightly because I don't like running valve amplifiers with no speakers in, but I'm reliably informed via the Friedman manual that that's okay because the dummy load just kicks in as soon as you unplug the speaker. So let's have a listen.
Wow. It's really, it's like a total chameleon.
I think the settings, you need to adjust them. I was finding that into this speaker cabinet, the slightly brighter setting was nicer. Into the speaker cabinet we've now got on the floor, the PA speaker cabinet, I'm going for a slightly darker setting. I don't know if that's translating well into the DI. I would, obviously, whenever you're using a DI output, you need to EQ for that, not for what you're necessarily hearing through the speaker.
And obviously, we can't hear the DI.
And I'm assuming that's exactly what we're hearing. So that we've got, just so you guys know, we've got the emulated output from here into an active PA cabinet and then through from there into the interface. So we should be hearing pretty much exactly what you're hearing, other than the fact we're hearing it through this Yamaha speaker and you're hearing it through whatever speakers you're listening to it through. But I like it.
Yeah, sounds great.
I really do. I mean, it's...
So hit me with the price then.
Okay, so...
And put it on standby because there's loudings.
There doesn't appear to be a standby on the 20 watt. So we'll just be back in a second.
Oh, that's better.
Thanks, Pete. So pricing is $11.49 for the Bubba 20 watt one.
Competitively destroying areas of the market.
Possibly. So it comes in about 200, maybe 250 less than the PT20, which would be the kind of closest hand-wired thing. Although in terms of features, the Runt has way more features than the PT20.
That's a really interesting shopper's dilemma, isn't it? Do you go hand-wired and less features, or do you go on a bit of thick circuit board but loads of features? If
you want the 20 in the 1x12 combo, then you are going to have to pay $13.49, so a couple of £100 extra. If the 50 is your bag, then the 50 head is $15.99, and again, if you want that in a combo, that is $17.99. So,
is there a 50 head?
Yeah, isn't that what I just said? Did I maybe I said combo twice?
Sorry, I don't
50
remember.
50 head is
I was too busy being excited about these amplifiers.
And the 50, and then the cabinets. The cabinets are where, if you're UK side, or European side, I think the cabinets is where the American sort of imported cabinets into Europe, you always wince a little bit at the price because, of course, you know, you're shipping big boxes of air essentially over the Atlantic. So the little compact 112 over here is $539, and the 212 is $799. I've got to be honest with you, they're great sounding cabinets and it looks smart. So I think I would just suggest, if this is your thing, you've just got to swallow that bitter pill and pay them. But if you really don't want to, you know, there are British built cabinets with creamback speakers in that you could use instead.
Don't wince at the price. Eat mince pies.
Yes. So we're going to jam out now. I'm going to put the Strat into the 20. We're going to put the Friedman Vintage T into the 50. If you want to know more about this, again, go to the Andertons website. Pete and Pete and Ariel, or Pete and Paul?
Mick.
Pete and Mick. Pete and Mick have done a review on the Vintage T guitars, and they're great. 2, so have a lead. I'm fairly sure this is what we're doing, isn't it? Don't cross the streams. And then I need to plug my speaker back in. And if you're interested in what this is the Fender Mischief Maker, which is a really expensive custom shop guitar, which is kind of like a Strat body with a Telecaster neck, making some mischief. Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
Have a turkey and a runt. Have you had a runt?
I don't know what a runt is.
So it's the runt of the litter, isn't it? It's either some sort of pig.
I thought you were going to say it's a baby haggis.
No, it is a baby haggis. And
do you know how they farm haggises?
No.
Well, haggis have one leg shorter than the other, and they live on mountains.
Yeah.
So what you do is you sneak up behind a clan of haggai, and you go, "Oi!" and they turn around. But then, of course, now the short leg.
They roll down.
And they roll, and you have a net,
at the
and
bottom.
then you catch, and you run away with your. That's what my granddad told me anyway.
I knew that.
Keith Chapman, what a legend.
Keith. They don't call people Keith enough these days, do they?
No.
It's a great name.
They really should.
Unless you're Keith Urban. Bye.
Bye.
Happy Christmas!
This is Rory from the UK. Tell me about Rory.
So he edits videos. Rory's awesome.
Yeah!